Hello, Internet, and welcome back to Antiheroes Anonymous, or welcome for the first time if it's your first time joining us. I'm Ethan, and I'm the Dungeon Master of this 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons show! We'll do some player introductions. Nick, do you want to start that off?
Sure. I'm Nick. I play Thaddeus Hamlock, the Human Vengeance Paladin. The Human Vengeance Paladin.
I'm Kay. I play Harmony, who is the Tiefling Wild Magic Sorcerer.
I'm Melissa, and I play Mara, who is a human rogue swashbuckler.
Pirate.
What?
Swashbuckler.
Pirate.
Not that it super matters.
Yeah, not anymore. I'm Zach. I play Hunter, who's a Warforged Fighter Ranger.
So, a couple of quick announcements. A couple of quick announcements, and then we'll get into a recap, and then we'll start right into it so that we can get as far as we can today. We stream on Twitch every Monday at 7 p.m. Pacific time, and then post our episodes to YouTube the following Wednesday. Throughout the show, we use a variety of custom items, as well as a custom wild magic table, so be aware of that as you're watching. The music comes from BattleBards, TabletopAudio, and Incompetech. And our character portraits, which you can see on the info cards in the top right, were drawn by an artist named Carrie Peach, who goes by @CarrieDraws on Twitter. If you're watching us on Twitch, you can check the channel page for links and info to everything I just mentioned and more. And if you're watching on YouTube, you can check the video description for a similar amount of information. Then, if you still want to know more about who we are, what we're doing, when we're doing it, you can follow us on Twitter @AntiheroesAnon. And other than that, we just hope you enjoy the show and do come back for more if you do enjoy it. So, quick repack, guys. Just pack back up.
Back again.
All
I
right.
just got my dice all sorted.
Yep, time to pack it up again. Quick recap. The party arrived in the Elderhaven Reaches, their ultimate destination across their long journey they've had up to this point. Their first destination upon arrival was the Temple of Byakko, the White Tiger, in the midst of the Forest of Death, where they were attempting to rescue the sword Kusanagi, which had been imbued with the spirit of Byakko and entrapped Byakko in there. In the Forest of Death, they encountered skeletons performing plays and solved riddles based on those plays. They then drove out the evil spirit of the forest with a giant tiger mech. Not joking, that's what happened.
Yeah. Please watch that episode.
Met the
What
commander.
there is of it.
Yeah.
Then they boarded their ship again, the Drowning Kiss, and sailed down south to the island just below the one they were on, where they then took the ship through a river inlet, through a perpetually blooming cherry blossom forest known as the Sea of Petals, and then they scaled the mountain in the direction of a Tengu monastery. Their flight to the monastery, however, was interrupted by the challenge of a dragon, who challenged them to sort of prove their conviction, and having thoroughly done so, the dragon allowed them to ascend to the steps of the monastery, which, to give a quick reminder at this point, to set the scene, is sort of situated just beneath the peak of the mountain. There is a opening right under the very peak, which contains a massive statue of what you gather based on Hunter's roles is a Tengu, a humanoid figure with bird-like wings and a long nose. From the feet of this giant statue, around the feet, flows a waterfall that descends down the length of the mountain. And past a sort of cutout section of the mountain where there are 4 temple structures hanging down from the top of the cavern roof, almost as if they were stalactites, massive stalactites. Just beneath those, there is a set of Elderhaven Reaches style archways, and then underneath that cross-section of the cliff, there were a series of alcoves containing statues of other Tengu, and I will show you guys the map again, just for your reference. Yeah.
We're over on the far right, right?
Yes. You went to the far right stalactite, as it were, where you found that there was a single doorway on this side of the structure, but which had been boarded up with a thick sheet of metal. And Hunter, having acquired a new sword that is particularly good at demolishing objects, stepped up to the plate and with 3 swift and deft blows sliced open the metal with a definitive skill and then pushed it open, revealing a very shocked Warforged Mind Flayer in a black robe, surrounded on either side by these floating brain creatures with tentacles, like barbed tentacles that drip down from their main bodies, and these wicked-looking curved beaks. And then Harmony, getting the drop on the enemy, quickly cast a hold person spell, hold monster spell, right, and locked the Warforged Mind Flayer in place. And at that point, with everyone aware of each other, it is time to roll initiative.
Oh boy.
Oh man.
So I'll get some music, and you guys take care of your initiative rolls.
So Wolf Muff is paralyzed, right?
Wolf Muff, yep. Good old Wolf Muff.
And to be clear, this isn't core. Like, I'm not sure if we would recognize core for something, but this isn't.
You're unsure at this point. It is a
fair.
Warforged Mind Flayer in a black robe.
That's
the
fair.
last time you saw Core, he was in a Warforged body that was much larger than this one.
Mhm.
But you've also seen him in a Warforged body of this size. So it's a little bit unclear at this point. You can decide for yourself what Thaddeus would think of what lies before you.
I think it needs to die, whatever it is.
Yeah, new one. Pretty average.
Oh, I think our audio might be way too loud. Let me just drop that back.
I forgot to say that we're live.
Okay, hopefully that's a lot better for desktop audio. I think we might have been way too loud.
I didn't do too bad for Thaddeus.
You beat one person so far.
Yeah.
Did you roll the shit one?
Yes.
Would one of you on an off turn check the stream and see how the music sounds?
Sure.
Okay, we're humming along with it.
Pretty sure Mara's going to be up first, but give me just a second.
Yeah.
Oh, Yako running slow today.
Yeah, I
So
rolled
you're
pretty
gonna
bad
do
for her.
Okay,
Damn.
yes, Mara is up
Oh yeah,
first.
because you add your charisma to your initiative. Damn, girl.
Mara, you are currently on the back of the Pegasus Moonlight Sparkle, riding behind Thaddeus, and you can see that Hunter has cut into this steel wall that was blocking the doorway, and Harmony cast a spell, but you can't quite see past them to see what they see beyond the doorway.
Okay, I'll hold an action until I can see then.
Okay, so you're just gonna wait
I'm
till
gonna
your
hold it.
view
Because
is
you can't
clear.
even move because you're on top of the
Yeah.
Pegasus.
What action?
Probably my daggers.
Daggers, throw one. Okay. The other thing you could do is you could try to leap from the back of Moonlight Sparkle. You're probably like 15 feet up and 15 feet back from the lip of this thing. So it wouldn't be a horribly difficult jump
Do you
for someone as
are
athletic as
you
you.
trained in acrobatics?
Sort of. It'd be kind of a leap of faith.
Would it?
You could do acrobatics or athletics.
Are you trained in either one of those?
Athletics is a
Music is
+12.
way too quiet on the stream.
Way too quiet. Okay. Bring it up.
Then you can't roll less than a 10.
Yeah.
You're good.
So your
Just do
lowest is like a 22 or
Yeah.
something.
So that's the lowest.
Okay, so I'm trying to jump off and get like right beside Harmony.
Okay.
You're just gonna jump off the Pegasus, is that what's happening?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Roll your athletics check.
It's a 10.
It's a
It's a
10.
Okay.
What's
Plus-
a 20? Oh, go ahead.
+12.
Okay. Yeah.
22.
With ease. You leap and land right there next to Harmony. Harmony is just standing directly in. Oh, I need to put the camera up.
Hmm.
I think I did that before the battle got too far in. There we go. So you are now standing next to Harmony, and you still have probably. How much movement do you have?
30.
30? So you probably have like 15 feet left. You could move in if you wanted to. And then you've also got your bonus action. So
Okay, is there any pillar or anything that I could deck behind? Close?
well, I mean, you're kind of still on the outside. You still can't quite
Outside.
see, and you'd have to take Harmony's spot, probably.
Well, I can see over her since she's so
Oh,
short.
that's true. Actually, yeah.
That's true.
So
I'm sorry.
you can
No,
probably
that's true.
see this
That's
guy,
true.
which is one of the floating brains.
Okay, so I'm gonna
Music
take aim
is
for
still
him
pretty
then.
important.
Let's go. Can I do sneak attack?
Don't think so.
Not yet. Okay.
Well, do you get sneak attack if you're attacking first, or is that an
So-
I
assassin
get
thing?
sneak attack when
It's when you're in melee and there's no one around you, or if
I think-
someone else is in melee with it.
Did you use your bonus action already? Because you could get in there with dash, right?
Yeah,
And then
she
you
could.
can get
That's
a melee
true.
attack.
It's true. You could.
Yeah, if you run in there
And
with
then you
dash
get-
and then
Then you
Yeah.
get sneak attack.
sweet.
Okay. Which I think
Which
that
target do you like?
You could reach any of them with dash. And
Oh
to
wait,
describe-
wait though. She would have advantage if she attacked the mind flayer because he's held.
That's
So
true.
she'd get sneak attack even if you threw your dagger at the mind flayer.
To describe the room now that
Oh,
you're
that's
looking
true.
at the inside of the room, those bumps on the sides of the walls are all statues of Tengu, these humanoid figures with bird wings, each of them incredibly well muscled. Like there has been detail poured into carving out the muscles of these statues.
Clearly they're chill.
And the circle in the middle is like a
I know
10-foot
you
deep pit that goes down into the ground.
Never leave us again.
Okay. Well then you guys
Yeah. So it depends on which target you want to attack.
Yeah. If you want to get sneak attack on either the floating brains, you have to get up close. But you can.
But you can
Throw.
throw a dagger at,
yeah, let's try to get that.
and you have
big-
advantage.
Big bad
You have
guy.
advantage on the mind flayer.
Okay.
Big bad guy.
And if you hit him, it's a critical hit.
is it all?
Oh, if the attacker is within 5 feet. Sorry.
Oh no. So
It's only a critical hit if you're within melee. That's okay. Are you gonna roll the hit first though here?
Yes, I'm getting my things ready, guys. I can't. This
Why
card
does
is
she need
so
to roll?
teeny.
so
Did
good.
she even need
Does
to
she
roll?
need to roll?
I
I was under the
Remember,
impression
if
she
I
did,
add
though.
7 and then I get an extra, I can't read it.
Let me see.
It's so tiny.
I
It is
know.
really teeny.
Where's
Oh,
your card?
with your
Or wait,
there is
which-
an
Which
extra-
dagger are you using?
I want to use the lightning one.
so that has an
I mean,
extra
the-
d6 of lightning damage. If
the
you
one
hit.
that comes
If you're
back to
using-
me is what I need to do if I'm throwing.
So that's the
it. So that's
wind one.
Fujin.
The wind one.
So that does an extra d6 of force if you
So
hit.
you're
So it's
86.
So
So you
86, that's what I have.
Plus a D4, right?
96
Plus a D4.
or a D4. Okay, yeah, there you go.
because
Okay.
that's the dagger damage.
You
You get advantage.
I love this
Nice.
card.
Okay. So it's
So you
actually
get
18 d6.
Actually,
Double,
wait. It's so sorry. Sneak attack right now is 86. The dagger hammer is 1d6, right?
Yes.
And then so that's 9. So then
So that's 9d6
96 and a d4.
and a d4. So
So now
now
it's
it's actually
18
18
d6.
twice.
And two
Yeah,
d4.
so you can roll yours twice. Yeah, right
This
Yeah.
there.
guy's dead.
Start
Oh,
writing.
I wanted to go in on him too.
Start writing. Ready?
Oh, a lot
of ones.
Average, below average.
It's okay, she gets to roll twice.
Yeah.
Okay. So 8, 20, 25, 30.
Don't add your plus yet.
Add it once.
Yeah.
Because that plus just gets added at the
Oh,
end.
yeah.
So that's 30?
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, this will be easy.
Oh, that's
Whoa,
impressive.
that's
Above
average.
Oh, I didn't see the rest of them. All I saw was like the 1, the 2, and the 3.
No, there's
It's like a
Good
bunch of
stuff.
5s and 6s.
There's some good stuff in there. Huh?
35, 39 plus 5.
Plus
So that's-
9 plus 5 equals 74.
74? How do you want to kill this guy? With one dagger.
With one dagger.
You're welcome, roll monster.
It kind of picks up speed as I
Uh-huh.
throw it, right?
Shit.
It's
With the
really,
wind
really,
that catches
really,
it.
really, it gets right between the eyes, man.
And the tentacles, which were already kind of held in place, just go limp. In Harmony, you feel the spell kind of like dissipate as you're no longer holding a creature, you're holding an object. And the spell just drops on it, and the creature just falls to the ground with a clatter.
Well,
Woof,
that's not core.
Nice.
Anything else for Mara?
Very satisfying.
Yeah.
Yeah, you still have a
You
bonus
still have
action.
a bonus action in your
And I
movement.
still have my offhand.
Or some.
I can try, right? So
Yep.
I can try to get one of the other little
Sure.
dudes.
Yep. Go for it.
Okay, and that is
You wouldn't get sneak attack on that
Yeah,
anyway.
Can you throw offhand? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's what he's let me do before.
Oh.
1d6.
Roll the hit first,
Just roll
though.
a hit.
This one's not
Do
anything.
you even have to?
Sorry, it's not.
19.
19 on
19
die.
hits. Yep.
Nope, no plus on your
Oh, no
offhand.
plus.
Just 4.
Just 4.
Okay.
74!
Yeah.
She's like definitely very right-handed.
Yeah, the left-handed dagger,
The
like,
left-handed dagger.
the lightning one just goes forward with a little bit of like
I'm, like,
slow
imagining,
spin
like,
on it.
Big muscles on
Raises
one arm
down
and like
thing.
nothing. Noodle
Yeah.
arm on the other
And,
side.
and it's still there because you don't have any way to get it back now.
That's true.
That's true.
Wait, I
Fujin-
thought Fujin automatically comes back if it hits the enemy.
But she threw Fujin
But I
on the
threw
other one.
Fujin.
Oh,
the
you
other
see
one.
Fujin the other one.
So Fujin came back, but not Raging.
Yeah.
But you can use your
I-
bonus action on your next turn
To go get it, yeah.
At that point, Thaddeus, a shadow falls above your head as you're on Moonlight Sparkle, and you look up in time to see 3 figures soaring down in your direction with bird-like wings, red skin. You can see the elongated noses. Some apparently Tengu are flying in your direction, and one of them will descend here.
Mhm.
One of them will descend next to Mara, and one of them will descend next to Hunter. And they're going to do some stuff.
Say hi, shake our hands.
The one that descends next to Thaddeus will make, first off, 2 attacks.
T-E-N-G.
Where's his plus to hit? 6. 6.
Thank you very much.
Yes. So 17 and 22 to hit you.
Yeah, I'll shield that. Then
Okay.
do everything.
So it flies down with this like flurry of like kicks and punches, like martial prowess, and your shield blocks them entirely. But then, seeing that fail, it flaps its wings up and then throws a fist forward, but a ways back from you, as if it's an obvious miss, and a gust of air comes shooting out of it.
Did it disengage from me, or is it moving?
No. It's just it can do this next to you or far away. I'm just narrating.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Oh, okay. It's 14.
Oh, that's just what you needed. Okay, so this gust of air breaks around you as you manage to hold your position on Moonlight Sparkle, but you do take 8 points of bludgeoning damage from the force of the wind. And then the one next to Hunter is going to make his attacks.
Okay.
Wow, 2 good rolls. A 22 and a 25.
Those both hit.
Its damage dice is a d8. So that's 9 points of bludgeoning damage and 6 points of bludgeoning damage for a total of 15.
Okay.
And then you need to make 2 Constitution saving throws.
Okay.
You're not winning. Nobody's winning my war right now, unfortunately.
That is
Those are not good.
9 and 13.
Okay. You are doubly stunned.
Oh, stun.
Oh, stun is so bad.
And then with its last thing.
Why did we come to a monastery?
With its last thing, it punches you twice, sort of in vital points, and your joints lock up. And then it focuses for a minute, and its form turns into mist, and it goes to the other side of you.
Hello.
And then the one next to Mara will make those first 2 attacks. Wow, natural 20. And these things aren't very high CR. Why is this so good? And a 17.
17 misses.
So just the one hit.
How long does the sun last?
It's till the end of its next turn.
No. Okay.
So that is, for the natural 20, 11 points of damage. And then would you make me
You could
a...
uncanny dodge it to half it.
Yeah.
Okay,
But
so
it's a dex save though, it says.
No, that's for evasion.
Oh, uncanny dodge. Okay.
Yeah. That's right.
So you could have that damage down to 5.
No, you don't have to roll. You just have the damage. It's your reaction.
My reaction.
And
No
then
guys.
would you make a... Yeah, let's do a Constitution save for you as well.
18.
18. So you pass. You feel the punch hits a nerve and it's trying to hold you in place, but you resist it. And then for the last thing on its turn, it is also going to sort of turn into mist and appear in the doorway the other side there.
So we can see the mist. It's not like invisible.
Yeah, no, they turn into mist and then sort of like flow through your space and then recoalesce on the other side.
Okay.
Hunter, it's your turn. You are
I'm
stunned.
incapacitated.
So nothing happens on your turn.
You're
Thaddeus.
not gonna save it to her at the end?
No,
That's
because
not
it's
what
it's
Oh,
the
it's-
stone
yeah,
strike
yeah,
ability.
Thaddeus, it's your turn.
Okay. Thaddeus is going to cast Misty Step here.
Okay, yep, you can see that space over Harmony's head.
Yeah.
And the creature kind of like
Yeah.
turns around and gives you this blank look as it sees you appear behind it.
Then he commands Moonlight Sparkle to move here.
Okay. Oh, nice.
It's like backing them up, like being a backstop for these two.
Okay.
Because I kind of feel like I see what's coming here,
Mm-hmm.
having just been on the receiving end of this attack. And then Thaddeus is going to make 2 attacks against this guy.
Okay, do it.
Does 18 hit?
It does indeed.
Okay, well, they were both 18s.
And they both hit.
Okay.
Make this guy number 9.
Above average.
Pretty good, actually. Let's see. That's 21 cold damage, 11 radiant.
Total of 32. That looks like it hurt him very much. He's not happy with that at all.
Which one did you hit?
This guy, between me and Harmony.
Okay.
And that's all my
I'm
actions.
just gonna take the Warforged Mind Flayer out of initiative. Harmony, you're up.
Okay, so this guy in front of me that Fatty hit,
Mm-hmm.
how's he looking?
He looks very hurt after that first hit.
Okay.
First 2 hits, I guess.
No, not yet. Yeah, I think I'm gonna use Word of Radiance.
Okay, so both of them make saves.
Yes.
What type of save is it again?
Constitution.
It's not one of their good ones. Both fail.
Good.
10 and 9.
Nice.
Good. I'm 1 level away from it being 46, but it's still just 3d6. Alright. This. Hey, but I get to. No, that's not fire damage. But I could re-roll that. Man, I'm not gonna bother. I don't care. Enough. 7 radiant damage for both of them.
The radiant energy sears at their skin, and a bit of their skin burns away, but they seem unfazed by it.
Cool. And then I'm going to.
They just don't show any expression.
I don't like being there.
It's a bad place to be.
It's a bad place to be, but there isn't really anywhere else I can go.
How much of a platform is there? Is there a platform
The
back here?
platform is the bit that you guys are standing on.
So we're like round
This
the
like
edge.
5-foot edge.
That's dangerous.
Can I climb up on Moonlight Sparkle's back?
Mm-hmm. Someone want to throw Harmony up there?
I'm gonna do that.
We'll try to punch you, but we'll see how it
I'm
goes.
gonna do that.
Oh, there it is.
20 total. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Let's see. I can't do shield and Tides of Chaos. And shield wouldn't be enough anyway, so yeah, it hits.
So that's 6 points of bludgeoning damage, and I don't think it gets to make you make a save on a reaction, so I'm not going to do it.
I'm gonna Hellish Rebuking.
Okay. Dex save for him. 20 total. So you'll take half.
Yeah, he will. And
Or wait, what is your save?
it's 19.
19, okay.
Yeah, sorry. I was like, what am I doing? The second level
40 or
is
something.
3d10.
Okay.
And this is the one that Thaddeus already hurt. So,
Woohoo.
That would be 20 fire damage.
okay, so half down to 10.
But oh wait. It's fire damage.
Yes.
But I didn't roll any ones or twos.
Yes. But you can't
And he
resist.
doesn't have resistance. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Okay.
Then it is these tentacled brains' turns,
It's still up? Okay.
assuming that Harmony is done. Yes, it is still up. So.
Yes.
Then the tentacled brains. Yeah, sure, from there. They're just going to grapple Thaddeus with their tentacles, I think. Oh, actually, they do have to get closer, don't they? Well, they'll do their tentacles first, and if they hit, they'll get closer for the next one, I think. So let's see. Wow, 2 good rolls. 23 and a 21.
You still feel going.
I feel like I should probably shield this, but I don't want to waste all my shields on the first fight.
Didn't you still
That's
have
a good
going?
point.
No, I took a turn in between them. Wait, did I? No, you're right.
No,
I
you're
did.
mad.
Yeah, I took a turn.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, I'm just gonna let it happen.
Okay. Then you will take 10 points of piercing damage, and you need to make 2 Constitution saving throws.
Okay. Well, one's really good and one's really bad. Does an 8 pass?
No.
No. Okay.
So you're poisoned, and while you're poisoned, you're paralyzed.
Oh.
And then separate from that, you're grappled and restrained.
Oh no.
Okay.
And then they both close in, and they're going to bite you.
Okay. Well, they both get advantage on this one.
Yep.
This is the one where if they hit, they crit, right?
I think it's
Paralyzed?
stunned.
Yeah.
If they're in melee.
Well,
Is
they
it
are now.
paralyzed or stunned?
It's I just looked it up. It's
Paralyzed,
paralyzed.
Shields look pretty good.
Here's the first bite. That's a 7 and an 8 on dice, so no. And 14 and 15 on dice, so that is 19 total.
No, they both miss.
Yeah, they try and bite at you, but like even though you're paralyzed, like they
It's
can't
just
get through your
Asana has
armor.
protection.
Yeah.
Just she's watching over me.
Not me.
Like, oh.
Okay, yep. The other thing they are going to do though is that while they're grappling you, they can move you with them. So they're gonna move you back over this pit.
Oh no.
So
Uh-oh.
you're dangling over that 10-foot pit.
Cool.
Oh.
Cool. Also, nobody, like, I moved where I was so everyone would get the benefit of my aura, and now nobody gets it.
Yep.
Oh, that's I didn't even think about that. Yucko.
I think Gakko's gonna go for this hurt one.
Okay, I'm just gonna shuffle over there.
Yeah, he'll shuffle over and he'll do an attack. That's pretty good. It's probably gonna hit. It's like a 27.
Yes. Also,
There it
don't forget
is.
that Yucko's claws are +1 magic weapons.
Oh yes, thank you. I don't know if I did that or not. Yes, I think I did. Okay, so he does a 1. So that's 6 damage for a bite.
All right. He bites into this thing, and it is clinging to life just barely.
Darn.
Then back up at the top with Mara. The devastating. You have one of them right next to you, but you currently only have 1 dagger in hand.
And if I try to get the ones to help Thada fall down, so I'll attack the one right next to me.
Okay. So the one you have in hand is
The
Fuji,
wind.
so it's the wind dagger.
Okay, do I get sneak attack?
You would, yes.
Why don't I just keep these separate?
Right.
7, 8, 9. And when
Oh. No, never mind.
Come on, hit first.
I thought I
You
did.
don't have to roll the hit.
Why would he roll there?
I know, that's the wrong one. I'm like, wait a
Man,
minute.
it really
It has
has
been
a
like
long
a
time.
month for Melissa, so
Why am I here
Okay, well,
What game are we playing?
I don't know.
It's a 19 on die, so. I'm
Okay,
assuming
that hits. Yep.
Why do you even roll?
I will tell you, this one in front of you, like I've said, looks pretty badly injured. So if you wanted to count this one as the one you don't get sneak attack on and try and save sneak attack for the next one, there's a chance you could defeat it.
Does she get to choose?
Yeah,
It's
she can
not
choose
just
which
the
one
first
she
one.
applies
Oh.
sneak attack to.
Yeah, you should probably save your
But-
sneak attack.
Can you do that with just one dagger? Because then you have to use your bonus to get it back, right?
That's right.
Oh,
She
that's
doesn't
true.
get an
Never mind,
advantage
she
on
doesn't
that.
really have a choice.
Yeah.
Then it's dead. You can't roll lower than its health there. You can roll it if you
You
want.
can roll if you want to.
I just see what I would have done.
That's a lot of ones.
Yeah.
But average fours,
Yeah.
so average.
Below average.
So critical. And not in a good way.
Oh.
Ouch.
So then you've
So-
got a bonus action and your movement.
Okay,
Bonus action, call back raging.
yes, that's what I'll do.
Say that out loud.
What she said. I'm gonna call back my other dagger.
Teleports into your hand with a flash of lightning. Yep. Then it's their turn. They've got a stunned hunter right in
You
front.
sure
The
do.
one that is alive.
Mm-hmm.
So he is going to make attacks at hunter at advantage.
Yep.
That's
But stun
a
is an auto crit.
18
I don't think so.
Miss.
and a 20.
Miss.
Miss. 2 misses. So yeah, it punches against you, but its fists can't get through your armor.
Yeah,
And
these
then
are not critical hits. They're just
Oh, thank God.
advantage.
you are
critical is
currently
pretty
backed by Moonlight Sparkle, so he's not going to try and push you. What he's going to do is he's going to wait until this one flies out of the way, over to there, and then you watch as he takes a big breath, and then like his mouth starts to glow a little bit, and he exhales, and this bead of red fire streaks out into the air, and then explodes in a fireball, catching Moonlight Sparkle,
Oh no.
Harmony, Hunter, Byakko, and Mara. So I
Oh,
need all of you
no.
to make dexterity saving throws.
I fail.
That's true, you do.
I don't even need to roll.
You need to roll for Byakko though.
Yes.
This is a dex saving throw.
Yep. Exactly.
Don't be bitter.
Ooh! 21.
Wait, you didn't. Oh, Moonlight Sparkle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do I get evasion?
Yes.
I failed.
That is.
But you
a
take half damage.
But I
because
take
of
half
the-
damage.
21 for Byakko.
Okay.
21 for Harmony.
21 from Moonlight Sparkle.
Oh, Team 21.
So, and Melissa got something really high from Mara.
She got something really low. She rolled a 1.
Oh, what was it total though?
Dex
On my
saving
dex,
throw.
it would be a 11.
Okay.
Do you have proficiency in dex saving throws? And does that count toward her talent? No, it's just skills.
I think it's just skills.
Okay.
But
But she has evasion, so she still
Right.
takes half.
So everyone but Hunter and Mara fails, but Mara also has evasion, so she still
Not
manages
fails,
to,
succeeds.
or succeeds, yes.
So I'll take half of half because I'm resistant to fire damage.
Yes. So it was 31 total. So everyone who takes half takes 15.
Okay.
Everyone who takes half of half takes
Seven.
7.
So 31.
No, it's
31. Yep.
So,
And he looks really pleased with himself.
I don't look pleased.
not for long.
And then the one that flew out of the way had to fly how many feet?
That was quite a bit.
15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40.
Ouch.
He's got 10 feet left, so he can't really get engaged with anyone, so he's going to hang out there for now. And then Hunter.
So I'm gonna use a little bit of movement to phase through him like he did to me. Except
Kinda
I'll
sort of
actually,
duck to
I'll
the
actually
side.
do this. Oh, as I walk by him, and I will make 3 attacks against him, and then I think
That one, your jumping boots.
I get to
So now-
use what's it called? Coordinated attack.
Oh, with Byakko?
Yeah. When I take an attack, if he can see me, he uses its reaction to make a melee attack. Its reaction.
But
not
there's
mine.
nothing within
So,
his melee range.
Cool. Then yeah,
Yeah,
he's
you're
here.
here.
Oh, he is. Okay, sorry.
so I'm gonna do my 3 attacks, and then Byakko's 1 attack afterwards.
Sounds good.
So here's my 3. I got 2 natural 20s.
Whoa!
I am
Of course
getting
you did.
Shit!
vengeance.
Oh my god!
And I get to do another natural 20 roll, or another 20 roll.
Yeah, you have to roll 2 more actually.
Come on.
If either of these is 20s.
One now.
Dang!
Oh,
Oh,
man.
that would have been so good.
But each of those natural 20s does do the extra 14 slashing damage.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh.
This dude is so dead.
He's so dead. He's eviscerated.
So, yeah. Let's see. Oh boy.
Let's do the natural 20s first.
Did the other one hit? What did you roll the size of that?
17.
Oh yeah, that is.
That also hits.
Yeah. So, or 17 plus 12. So okay. So we got some. You want to do the damage for them?
Yep.
So here are the two natural 20s. So then it's plus 14 base, right? Or something like
Yep,
that.
plus
Here it is.
whatever your normal plus is, and then plus 14.
Another 14. So that's 7. So each one is an additional 21. So there's 18, 24, 29,
29
plus 42.
Yep.
So, let's see here. 50, 61.
He's dead.
71.
Is he dead?
Yep.
Is that it?
71.
So I break out of the stun and I walk around him and I'm just like glaring. I'm like, you punched the wrong guy.
And then you just chop him into pieces, and he just falls apart.
Yeah.
And
Just like the door.
when oh shoot, I screwed up with the first one.
I'm
Where was,
sorry.
where was the first one when he died?
Oh, did they explode or something? He was right
He was-
here.
Yeah.
Okay. What happens when they die, we'll just say it happens now, is that their skulls explode, and creatures that you've seen before, these brains with monstrous legs, crawl out of them
Oh, God.
man.
and are now in their spaces. So there's a brain there and a brain there. I forgot the
Ew.
names.
Yeah.
Can I make my third attack against one of those?
Yes, and also Byakko can make an attack against
Okay,
it.
we're gonna do that. Yeah.
What?
So I guess those are the two crits.
Yeah.
And then I'll do the regular now.
It's in your
What-
pocket.
Still
Was
hits.
okay, the 29. Okay, cool. And then for this one, it's just a brain. Ooh.
With monstrous legs.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay,
it's
sure.
gross looking.
You guys saw these once before at the top of Helia Ironshield's tower.
Oh,
Are they
just
different?
the little
The
Sarah
brains
and
with
Bella.
legs, yep.
Yeah.
Those things. Okay. So I'm gonna do a trip attack on this. So it has to do a DC 19 strength saving throw.
It fails.
Okay.
Has a -2 on its strength.
So then Byakko will get 5. So it's 11 plus 7, so 18 slashing damage
Yes.
to that guy, and then Byakko's gonna
Don't
make
like
an
that.
attack at advantage.
Okay.
And that's 20.
Hits.
20 something.
20 something. And his attack is a bite. So it's this guy. Another one. That's 6 damage from Byakko.
So halve down to 3, since it's resistant to non-magical.
It is magic.
His claws are magic.
Oh.
That you bit.
Oh.
Mm.
Aha.
Oh, but his main attack is a bite.
Yes.
It should apply to his bite. So it is magic, and
Okay.
either way it would have killed him.
Okay.
One brain is dead.
Oh, right. Perfect. Yeah. I had a good turn. A non-stunned turn.
And then,
So one
is that
was
it for
stun,
Hunter?
One was stunning.
Is that it for Hunter?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry,
Then
I
it is
declare.
Thaddeus.
Okay. Do I get a saving throw for paralysis?
Let's see how this works.
For the poison or whatever it is.
Oh yeah.
You are. Oh, I'm looking at the intellect devourer. That is the wrong thing. Grell. Okay, here we go. Poison for 1 minute. Poison target is paralyzed and can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of its turns.
So I can't talk. I can't do any actions, but my bond with Moonlight Sparkle is telepathic.
Oh, nice.
Sorry, Harmony.
It's alright.
Moonlight Sparkle is gonna swoop down in and go under me.
Okay, yeah. So just kind of
Oh, wow.
provide you a platform.
There it is.
Yeah.
So now you have Harmony
I'm
and.
there too.
Yeah.
What does Harmony do?
Harmony's also here.
Okay. So
Yeah,
Harmony,
I'm
you are kind of amidst the tentacles almost right now.
That's cool.
And I think that's all I can do.
Like, Christmas.
Yeah, I can't do anything
Like, oh
else,
God.
but I can roll a. Is it what is this
It's
con?
a Constitution save.
Okay.
Is it your poison? So is that a disadvantage?
No, it's just let's find out. Attack rolls and ability checks. So no, it's
No. Okay. Cool.
It's normal. That would be really debilitating.
Yeah. It sounds really good.
17.
Okay, so you are no longer paralyzed,
Awesome.
which is great.
That's really good.
Then it is Harmony's turn.
Cool. I'm gonna cast Banishment at a 5th level on the 2 tentacle brains.
Okay.
Right, that are right here in front of me now.
That's a charisma.
Yep.
They have a -1 charisma, and they both rolled 10s. So
They're both banished.
they
Oh,
sort of
I
pop out of
haven't-
existence.
I haven't been rolling Wild magic. I meant to ask, did I roll wild magic after my hold monster?
No.
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 That was a long time ago though. But I can roll.
Just check for this one.
I can roll for this one.
Okay. Well, the 2 tentacled monsters are gone.
Yep.
But don't move them. We're just
Oh,
saving them. Because they might pop back in.
Well, I mean, we remember where they are.
Yeah.
Flip them upside down,
Yeah.
please.
So
Not
for
sure
now,
that-
the only threats that you can perceive are there's a flying Tengu out on the outside, and then there's that one brain just in front of Hunter. Anything else from Harmony?
Oh yeah, what happened to Thaddeus? Did he
I'm
just
dead.
drop onto middle
He
edge?
just kind of drops on him.
Okay.
Yeah.
You-
I would have made sure that you were in position first before I did that. I'm gonna pat Fatty on the shoulder and be like, "Thanks for letting me borrow your horse." I'm gonna jump down
Onto the ground.
onto the ground, not into the pit, but onto the ground, and I'll not into the pit, and I will
I mean, I don't know if you guys heard, but like this pit is only 10 feet deep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
That's not a huge.
Well, I'm only
For
3
her,
foot
it's
tall.
That's true.
It's a big pit.
Freaking
Yeah. So I'm gonna run into the corner of the room so I can I still want to be able to see
Here?
everything that's fine. Everything that's happening. But I just want to be in the back somewhere. And that's my turn.
Okay. Then it would be the floating brains' turns, but they are out of here, so it is
Yeah, they are.
Bianco.
Okay. Well, Bianca only has 1 target, and he's just gonna attack it. So here we go. That's a 19 to hit.
Hits.
Okay, bite again for 9.
Okay.
And that's it.
Points of damage.
9 damage.
Yes, correct.
All right. Then it is back up to Mara.
Do I have to roll?
Roll
No.
for attack. Yes. You can see flying out behind you. There is one of those winged, long-nosed creatures. But you can also see in the doorway, Hunter and Bianco are facing down one of these brain creatures.
Okay. So I'm gonna. How far away is it out there?
5, 10, 15,
20.
20.
Okay, so I want to move halfway.
Well, there's no room for you to go unless you step out into open air.
Yeah, that's
Open
air.
It's
It can fly. So can you.
I mean, you could cast fly on yourself if you wanted to.
and that's the movement.
That's an
but
action.
Can I? That's what I mean. An
Yeah.
action.
Yeah.
But can I use my bonus action?
No.
No.
You have to attack as your action.
All right. So if I throw it from here, I might hit him, or I could use my short bow.
But you wouldn't get
You wouldn't get
sneak
sneak
attack.
attack.
I know.
The only thing you'll get sneak attack is this guy.
You
if you
would
want
get
to
sneak
kill him.
attack on the brain. If you want to kill the brain.
Okay. All right, let's do it. That's a d20. I'm at 15.
Against the flying guy?
The brain.
Oh, the brain. Then yes.
Okay.
Brain is so dead.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's dead, but give me the damage.
Okay, so that is 10,
That was a lot of ones.
24, 27 plus 5, 33.
He's dead. Yep. Give Melissa that trophy.
Trophy.
Rogues, man.
Like
Yeah.
when they're little, I mean, when they're already damaged, though, I mean, we need to share trophies, really.
For sure. The flying creature sees sees the group of you there, and it almost seems to be thinking with like a blank stare on its face. It flies 5, 10, 15, 20 to 20 to 25 to there, and then does the same sort of inhale, exhale.
Is it spell?
It is, well, let me see. It has special component requirements, or lack of requirements for certain ones.
Or is it an innate ability? That's my question.
It casts the fire spell requiring no material. So actually, it does have to do a little bit of a chant and some motions with its body and its hands. So it is a spell
counterspell.
that you could counterspell if you could see it. Hunter could.
Well, I explicitly said I moved into the corner so I'd be able to see out everything and out the doorway and everything.
Well, then you'd have to be like 1 over probably.
Okay, can you move me 1 over then?
Then yep, you can counterspell that.
So sweet. I'm gonna use the counter spell that's in my amulet,
Okay.
which is a level 4 counter spell.
Well, then it automatically fails.
But I think I need to roll to make sure it works first.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because it's in my amulet. Okay, so the intended spell is cast, but it triggers wild magic.
Okay. So do not bother rolling on the chart, because when you cast your spell, the counter spell goes off, and you see the fireball. It begins to cast fizzle, but when you begin to feel that bubble and surge of wild magic, it's a familiar feeling that you've felt once or twice before, where you feel your amulet kind of lift off your neck a little bit, and there's a crackle of chaotic energy, and you feel your attunement to it break, and behind you a rift tears open, and through it you can see this chaotic swirling of energy, and you can just hear this like intense croaking of some monstrous creature beyond the rift. And I need to roll another initiative.
Oh no! I forgot that you warned me this would happen next time I used my amulet.
Well, we're gonna get a visit from what's his face, from the Bureau of
Mike
something
Jensen.
Oh yeah, Mike Jensen. I'll never forget.
Oh no!
Let me just prepare a couple of
Just
these
slotty.
dice real quick.
It is.
Just for when they come.
I like
later.
how readily available they were to you.
Just so I've got them out and ready. There we go.
There's a lot of them. Is Zero down there?
Why? Because you heard the
Okay, we're going to give them the green slots initiative, I think.
We even put mesh over it so you can get through.
That's so much
It's supposed to be an easy way.
I mean, this is a really small room.
I guess we could just leave. Let them kind of roam around.
That's true. Yeah.
Let them take care of the
They
horror.
actually
Yeah.
rolled next up in the initiative.
Oh my god.
Oh no!
So you see Harmony
Like standing right
crawling out from the rift is a. Let me make sure that's still on track. A monstrous green frog-like creature with these horrific boils and warts on it, and it is clutching in its hand a staff adorned with skulls, and it kind of claws its way out of this rift, surveys the room, and just goes. And then, oh boy, I was not prepared for Slotty this time.
What's that?
Skulls.
It will. Oh gosh, Moonlight Sparkle is right there. It's gonna bite at Moonlight Sparkle,
No.
I think. Oh, actually, it can hurl flame twice. Yeah,
I don't like
it's
the
just gonna bite and claw at Moonlight Sparkle for now, because Moonlight Sparkle is taking up the part of the room that it wants to be in.
Yeah.
Moonlight Sparkle, here we
Thank you,
go. That's a 12 to hit it.
That's its armor class.
Okay, and then the claw is a 14,
That's it.
and the next claw is a 20.
Wait a second. I got shield.
Okay. Oh yeah, you can cast shield on.
Yeah, on
your
my
thing.
feet.
Okay, so do any of those hit then?
Then your armor class is a
12,
17.
14, 20?
The 20 will still hit.
Okay.
Oh, but what does it get the 20? Well, yeah, I guess it's still.
So Moonlight Sparkle takes 7 points of slashing damage.
Okay. Glad I remembered that.
Yeah, that's my first.
And then it surveys the room angrily.
Okay.
And Harmony, since you're right next to the rift and right next to it, you can see that there are blue ones and red ones just sort of like pushing at its back, trying to get into the room. Hunter, it's your turn.
I think I had to put.
I am going to. I think I want to run over and push it back into the rift
Oh, okay,
and
cool.
keep the other ones back.
Moonlight Sparkle is currently providing you a way across the whole.
Oh, I was gonna. I mean that, or I could just run around.
Oh yeah, that works.
So I will
Over.
quickly sheath my weapon and run to the slotty and just shove and push it
Okay.
back through the rift.
He
I'm
can
gonna
stand in
give
the
it.
space for that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
where
yeah.
the Banish guy is. We just do that.
I'm gonna give it advantage because there are other ones pushing at its back. But go ahead and make your.
Okay.
your
So, do you want to do this where I convert 3 attacks into 3 shoves?
yes.
Okay. And then in that case, how do I do this? Let's see.
You're
Or I
trying
can
to
do a pushing
Do you
attack.
want to do just one at a time and see what happens?
Okay, wait. Now that I'm thinking about this a little bit more, sorry, that was like my initial thought. I think the first one's gonna be a. No, let's do 3 shots.
Okay.
Yeah. And so I just rolled a hit.
You
that or
roll
an
a
athletics?
athletics check.
Okay.
Just roll the first one.
Oh, sorry. Do you want me to reroll all of
Yeah,
them?
just
Yeah,
reroll.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay. First one is a. It's a 13.
Okay,
Not
so
natural.
it kind of holds firm and it croaks at you and looks at you with these beady yellow eyes.
Okay.
It smells awful. Well, actually, you don't have really much.
I
of a
don't
sense of
care.
smell, so.
Yeah.
Next one.
Okay. That's
Looking
a
to beat
20.
Oh, you were looking to beat a 22 that time. It again holds firm, and it's mostly because of the ones pushing
I'm
out from behind.
trying. Okay. Next one.
Oh, this is. Oh, and actually, the second dice was good.
20.
22 again. So it holds in place, and it's like "Rawr!" It's like squirming against it. You're like pushing it back into the rift, but it's still
Is
staying
this
out.
a timed
Slippery
action
little
surge?
sucker.
Action surge. I'm gonna. Okay. No, I think that's all. I guess.
Okay,
Totally done.
then it is Thaddeus.
Okay.
Yeah, you did.
Moonlight Spark is going to move out to the. Well, no, that was claws. No, Thaddeus is going
You're
to
on
move
her
off.
back, right?
Yeah, I'm going to move off of Moonlight Spark to the back.
Okay.
Where's the rift like along this wall?
Yeah, kind of like just behind it.
Actually, I probably don't need to move to do this. But I'm going to cast Dispel Magic on the rift.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
What level? Third? Okay, so then you're going to need to roll.
Yes, I need to make a. Fortunately, it is my spellcasting ability and not like my intelligence. Wish me luck. Natural 20.
Oh, are you serious?
I am serious.
Okay. You watch as the rift then, as you cast the spell, disappears out of existence, and you can just see like the other ones behind it that are just like clawing to get out. Like some of their arms are halfway out, and they just, when the dispel magic disappears, just the arm falls to the ground.
What happened to the amulet when that happened?
The amulet is still.
Is it still around my neck?
It is still like around your neck, but it's lifted off, and you're not attuned to it. So actually, it is emitting a aura of wild magic. And Thaddeus, you need to make a d20 roll
Oh, okay.
to see if you experience wild magic.
It's an 8.
Okay, you're fine. Anything else from Thaddeus?
Let's see. That was. I did a bit of movement. I did an action. No, I think I'm good here.
Okay, then it is Harmony.
Oh dear. It's me.
It's always
It's
you.
me. And this frog thing hasn't used a reaction yet.
How did we get back around to Harmony? Did I skip
That's what I was
Mara?
wondering too. I don't think Mara's had her turn.
But I had just had a turn right
Mara,
before that happened.
But you're
Then
trying
the
to-
monks were counterspelled on Harmony's reaction. That's what
Right,
it
that was my
Yeah.
reaction.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fine.
Okay. Cool. Well, you guys have got this. I'm gonna dimension door.
Where to?
To next to Byakko, I think.
Okay, wild magic goes off.
Do I have to roll for this?
Yep.
And then do you want me to, do I still get to choose?
Yes.
Like roll twice and pick?
Mhm.
Okay.
Oh boy. So
The good news is now we only have one slot to deal with.
Yes. I'm so glad your dispel magic went off. My approach was not working.
Actually, can I actually dimension door into the corner there? I don't want the Tengu to be able to see me. Yeah,
Over
that's
here?
where I'm going at. Okay, so it's either a 35 or a 49.
Like when I started wiggling.
Both are really funny.
I haven't looked at them yet. Which one do you pick?
So did we? I haven't picked one yet. Did we? Did we decide that it triggers where I was when I cast the spell, or where
I
I
believe that's
Where
right.
you were, yes.
Yeah, where you were.
Cool. Then I cast the grease spell centered on myself
Oh, great.
in that corner.
All right, let's look up the grease.
I don't know what grease does.
This
but
is like
I
your-
think
your
I have to make a
squid moves.
dexterity save.
It's like shoot a
Slap.
bunch of ink
It's
and
like,
then run away.
You made me eat.
Oh, I
So-
think it's difficult terrain. I think I have to make a or not
10-foot square from where you were.
Oh no, I'm not
So
in there.
it'll get
Just the slotty.
slotty and it'll get Hunter.
Each creature standing in the area must
Yeah.
make
Because
a
I was there.
dex saving throw. All
Right now.
Here comes the slotty.
You get +5 to this.
Okay.
Slotty's got a natural 20.
I got a. Oh, geez. I think I got a 2, 15 plus 5, so 20. 30, 20.
Okay, so everyone succeeds and no one falls prone. But anyone who enters that area or ends its turn there must also succeed. Dexterity saving.
So it's just gonna knock him prone and not do any damage to
Harmony,
him.
the one thing is, I think everyone would notice it. Something invisible falls prone here.
Something invisible?
Yep.
What?
Wait, was that
Like with
within
a-
10 feet of where I was though?
Oh, was it not?
No.
Yeah, she was here.
I was there.
Okay, so we don't know about this.
Well, we'll put him here then.
Oh, okay.
Because I like that something
Yeah.
invisible falls prone.
You
Alright,
just
good
like
thing.
slip in the.
And there's a little impression in the grease.
I know. Can we see him now? He's covered in grease.
Yeah, there's a slightly smaller frog-like form that is prone there in the grease.
no.
Oh man.
Anything else from Harmony?
No. That's my turn.
That's amazing.
I'm like, you guys have got this.
Something.
No, I'm gonna-
Your reaction slimed the frog.
I know. Actually, I'm gonna sit cross-legged in the corner, and I'm gonna start trying to like focus on reattuning to the amulet.
Okay. It would be the Growl's turn, but they are both banished at the moment.
Yep.
Yakko.
Byakko is going to pounce at the slotty, I guess. Is there room? Can he pounce here?
Yeah, he could.
No, that's a statue though, isn't it?
The statue's kind of only
Okay.
half there.
Or
I mean, it's
can
fine.
he like jump off the wall and like do this or
I think
something or something?
Sure. yeah.
Okay,
As part of his pound.
He's gonna have to make a
Just
dex
give him an
save.
athletics check.
sure. We can do that. Watch him fail miserably. Oh, that's not bad. Okay, that's 19.
Yeah, he makes it over to the other side.
Okay, or actually 21. Okay, and then he's gonna do a.
Dex saving.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
he
no!
does that. That's true.
That's true. He doesn't even make a
Dex
dex.
saving.
Oh no.
Grease.
DC 19.
That's. Oh, it's 22.
Okay,
It's fine.
he succeeds. Lands.
Skids a little bit.
Yeah.
I meant to do that.
And he's gonna do a counter attack. So, or
Stylized.
he's gonna do a claw attack. That guy needs to make a DC 12 strength saving throw.
Fails.
He's knocked prone, and then I'll follow up with a bite. So that's 23 to hit. The
I feel
first
like
one.
I've triggered that
Yep.
one before now.
I think so.
The next one is
I don't know the other
a
one.
higher than that. It's 25.
Both hits.
Okay. So total, he's gonna do.
Does someone want to knock the green slot?
Prone?
Yep.
Oh man, it's prone.
Oh, because of Byakko?
Yeah, 18
Oh,
damage.
that's so good.
Okay.
I'm feeling so much easier now.
Yeah,
Very
that's
good.
great.
Then it is Mara's turn.
Look at that
Hey,
prone
you get
enemy.
advantage if you attack him in melee range.
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
Am I right?
You're right.
I am.
You're behind. You're next to
Behind
his
Moonlight.
butt.
Yeah.
Moonlight Sparkle's really crowding the room.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
is.
Okay, let's go.
Moonlight Sparkle wouldn't
Wanna
be
get
here
it
if that hadn't been dangling over. Okay.
So Mara's gonna sidle on over here. Wait, which square is available?
He'll just have cover if she goes into that space with the statue.
Yeah. So like a +2 to AC or something?
+5. I think he's got like 3/4 cover.
Okay, yeah. So
But you have advantage because he's
Yeah.
prone.
Or you can take your chances with this nice spot here next to Byakko, the grease.
No, let's stay where I am.
Oh, not bad, not bad.
18, so Fujin, it's a 28.
Okay, yeah, you were fishing for a 21 with his cover, so you hit.
sneak attack.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of hate this one. Faster. Ooh, that's better. 10,
Oh, that-
20, 30, 39.
Okay, so that puts him to. Okay, he lets out a gross croaking sound as you stab into him.
Offhand stab?
Yeah.
Okay, he's still got cover.
I
But he's also
never.
still got advantage.
Did you forget? Yeah, you did.
He's got a daggers.
You got your dagger back.
Okay, so my
Oh, yeah.
offhand is 1d4.
Gotta roll the hit first.
Yeah. But you have advantage because he's pro. Which one? Okay, 25.
Hits. Damage, okay.
Every little bit helps.
It's like she goes,
I know, that's what I was saying. The one really buff arm and the one really noodle arm.
Okay.
Little noodly.
Anything else from Mara?
I don't want to move because I don't want to slip.
Well, you can't. You're not in the grease puddle right now, so you're fine.
Yeah.
And also, you can. You won't incite an opportunity attack if you run away because
I
of
have
your
that
ability.
ability.
So you could
Yeah.
leave his melee range if you wanted to.
Okay, I'll move a little bit further behind Moonlight Sparkle.
There you go.
Cool.
So you said, oh yeah, because she has her ability,
Yeah.
she doesn't provoke.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to remember that because that one time I took all that damage from that blind sense.
Oh, not this
Something
guy
bad
again.
at myself.
He passes by Mara if you want to make a stab.
You can have a reaction attack the tango.
Is Moonlight Sparkle within the threat range?
Of this guy?
Yeah, when he passes by.
No,
Okay.
not quite.
So I'm going to use my rapier because it's a D8.
Sure.
And I got a roll.
Did
Did
sort of
you?
roll a
It's
hit
like, did
there.
you even roll the hit? She's just rolling damage.
I thought
Mara
a
doesn't have
reaction.
to roll to do anything.
You always
I
have to roll the
guess.
hit.
I don't.
It's cocked.
Oh.
Roll it again. It's
Yeah,
cocked.
it's cog.
There you go.
Okay, so 27.
Hits. Yep.
See?
It's almost a
Now I roll it
3.
I
again.
shouldn't make her roll to hit.
So it's a 7, so it's 11.
Okay.
Wait, you get. Oh, you don't get. Yeah, you do get sneak attack. You're in melee and attacking a guy, right?
You should
Swashbuckler
get
feet?
sneak attack and a reaction though.
Yeah, it's
I
once
already
per
used it
turn.
Once per turn.
Yeah.
So
Not once per. No, I don't mean once per round. I mean once per turn. So she can
So
sneak
she
attack
gets
on
it.
this. Actually, I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
you can sneak attack it.
You can
But
do
I-
it.
Yeah,
Okay.
just another 86.
Don't complain about it. Just do it.
I'm not complaining. I'm like, so do I keep that or re-roll it? Is what
No,
I'm
no, no.
You
You
gotta
add
add
the
it,
8 to
yeah.
the 86.
No, it was 11.
Whatever.
No, it was 11.
Whatever.
Hey, Melissa.
It's gonna be like 38.
You're supposed to remember that.
I remember the sneak attack.
I'm counting on you.
Alright.
They're counting on those.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You're just jealous that Mara's getting more trophies than you are.
32
If I
then,
was,
with
I wouldn't have
everything.
mentioned that.
It's
32?
including.
It'd be like, cool if I don't say this.
Gotcha.
Oh yeah, she can do that. Oh yeah, she can do that.
Now he'll take his turn to punch Harmony 3 times.
Jerk face.
There's a natural 1, so no. A 12 and a 10.
They all fail and I didn't even have to use a shield.
Those were all really low rolls.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's
Cool
his.
jerk
That's
face.
his turn. And you like with the speed he flew in here. If he hadn't been stopped by Mara, I mean, this is just me justifying it, but like because it was a dive attack technically, he would have done more damage, even. But nope.
This is working out okay for us.
Yeah.
But now it's the Slotty's turn. Green guy's gonna stand up.
Oh.
Invisible guy's gonna stand
Does
up.
he have disadvantage on standing up because he's in the grease?
What does Grease say?
Grease says if he starts or ends his turn there, he has to
Difficult
make this-
terrain.
So that enters the area or ends its turn. So
Yeah.
at the end of his turn, he'll make another save.
Okay.
He might get up, hit us, and then go, whoop!
Yeah. Great.
And seeing how his biting didn't work out too well, and seeing how he's a slod and they're crazy, yeah, he's gonna go ahead and start casting a spell.
Okay.
Do we get to do something if he's casting a spell in melee?
I can.
Any one of you who have counterspell could counterspell.
I'll counterspell it,
Okay. The spell fizzles and he like looks surprised by it.
but does wild magic go up?
It does indeed.
Fantastic.
That's what we need.
So should you have done
More.
it?
That's the question. Should I have done it?
Cool.
Too late now. I already did it. $65 or $77.
That's a good 77. I don't know what it is. That's a good number.
strong number.
Yeah.
1 7 is good. 2 of them must be
It
bad.
has to be way better.
I feel like 77 is the way to go.
I was reading
saying.
65. Hold on. Oh yeah, 77 is definitely the way to go.
Okay.
Yep.
A wave of supernatural luck washes over you, and you feel assured that everything you do will succeed for the next, certain amount of time. So
Lucky
that,
sevens, you know?
that was all he can do
Yeah.
And
with
yesterday was the luck of the Irish.
his turn. But Invisible Guy, who has also stood up, is going to do something with his turn.
Did the slotty roll his dex save if his turn?
Yeah, deck save for the slotty.
Oh, right. Okay, let's take care of that before I move on. 12 plus dexterity. Nope, he's prone again. Oof.
He's so surprised by his spell fizzling that he just fell over.
He's having the worst day.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's about to get way worse, too.
He's like,
Yeah.
how did you? Whoa, whoa, whoa. The slimy creature boiled my slime.
okay. Who's right next to Invisible Guy? It's
Me.
Hunter.
Hunter.
Hunter, something's going to happen to you.
Ready.
So I'm going to make this first attack at advantage.
Okay.
That's 15 plus 7 for 22.
Hits.
Yes. And then the creature will become visible. It is a
He's got a thing for this.
It is a gray frog-like creature, smaller in size, with like these webs that stretch down between its arms. But it is, unlike the mini there,
Oh, we've seen this one.
clutching a massive great sword, which it has just cleaved into your back with.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Let's bite and see what his claws is with. So the first great sword,
Will the carry concealed weapon that's that big?
7 slashing damage, not
Okay.
halved because it is magical.
Okay.
And then it will take 2 more attacks.
Okay.
One with the great sword, one with the bite.
Alright.
The bite misses, the great sword hits again with the same roll.
Okay.
Wow, minimum damage. Good job, Gray Slod. 5 slashing damage.
Okay.
And he just like kind of looks at you after you don't take much damage and like tilts his head to the side, and his like evil yellow reptilian eyes just kind of like bug out a little bit.
Okay.
And then he needs to make a save to see if he falls prone. But he passes. With a 20 total. Hunter.
Great. I will use a little bit of movement and step on over here out of the crease.
Okay.
And then I will make 3 attacks with my sword against him.
This is such a crowded room.
Yep.
So
It'd be a lot better if Moonlight Sparkle went.
Well, once my turn comes around again, that'll happen.
You're up next, by the way.
I was not trying to roll that one. That is it was a 17 plus 12, so 29 to hit.
Yep.
This is going to be a trip attack. So I have to make a DC 19 strength saving throw to be knocked prone in the grease.
Passes. 20.
Okay. That's 1 hit. This is a 27.
Hits. Mm-hmm.
And then a 20.
Hits. Yep.
So 3 hits. And here we go. That is below average. That is 11, 12 plus 1, so it's 33 slashing damage
Okay.
incoming
To Gray Guy,
to
right?
Gray Slot. And then I will use second.
Okay. And then is that it for your turn?
That's it.
The
Then it's
gray
Thaddeus.
slug.
Alright. Moonlight Sparkle leaves.
Thank goodness. The monk is not going to try and punch it,
Okay.
just because it doesn't feel right.
And Thaddeus makes 2 attacks against this prone slide.
Okay.
At least for added damage.
Great spell.
So it's a 25 to hit,
Hits. Yep.
and a same as 25. 16 cold and 7 radiant damage.
So for a total of 23, right?
Yes.
Oh, actually, these guys are resistant to cold, so that does need to be separated.
Okay, so 8.
So 8 plus 7, so 15 total.
And I suppose they're vulnerable to radiant.
Nope, but they're not resistant to it, which is great. Is that it for Thaddeus? Do you have another attack?
No, I just did both at advantage.
Okay.
They both ended. Yeah, I think that's it for me.
Okay. Then Harmony.
Oh, alright. Well, let's take
Do you have
advantage of
something
this
there?
luck.
I did just remember something.
Go ahead.
Is Greasy concentration spell?
It was a wild magic.
Oh, so
sorry.
she doesn't have to concentrate. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think it does either.
Oh, because of the banishment
Yeah,
thing?
right.
Yeah, no, it's wild magic.
Okay.
Yeah, so taking advantage of this wild magic thing, I will Ward of Radiance this Tengu asshole.
So he has a disadvantage.
He has disadvantage on a saving throw.
He fails.
Good, he takes full radiant damage. Which I believe was 3d6.
Here's the sound of
He
the
rolled an
small
18 and a
whistle.
5, by the way.
Good. Good, what?
Above average.
Ooh, 16 radiant damage.
Very much above average.
We forgot to be on the music.
40.
Oh yeah.
That was good enough.
Yeah, his flesh sizzles from the radiance, but again, knowing what you know about what's inside their heads, their like dull expressions make sense. He doesn't seem to register the pain.
How in pain, or how does he look?
He looks like 3/4 dead.
3/4 dead. Okay.
I like that.
He looks like 3/4 dead. Alright. I will.
Make him 7/8 step.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I don't want to stay here. So I'm just gonna risk the OA and I'm gonna run over by Hunter
Okay.
in that corner.
He's gonna try and punch. With a 10, so a miss.
Oh, thank God. You have never rolled so poorly to hit me before. Ever.
This session is going as well for us as the last one did badly.
That's true.
Oh, yeah.
Growler
Probably.
still banished. Yakko.
That was just me, baby.
Yakko starts.
That's so funny.
I knocked on the door. He's joking.
Yakko is going to bite and claw at the downed slod.
Okay.
So here's the first attack at advantage. That's a natural 20.
Okay.
And then the next one.
I
roll
me
forgot to
another
do-
20 and
I
see
forgot
if
to
you
do,
cut off his
They
arm.
know
That was
right.
Yakko.
I
Oh,
know.
right.
So here's the bite. Bite is 14 damage.
Okay.
You want to roll the other one now?
Yes.
So that is 24 to hit.
That also hits.
Okay. And this is the claw.
Because
That is 7.
He is looking well and truly injured.
is that
Yay,
Yakko?
7/8.
That's it? Yeah,
Then
that's it.
Yakko has to roll a dexterity.
Oh shoot! I forgot.
Yakko,
Yakko, don't do. Uh-oh. Wait, I think he's
No,
really good at this though.
3/4 was
19.
the
19.
Isn't that what he needs, Harmony?
Yeah.
For your spell save?
Yes.
Okay, so
Yes.
Yakko is resists the grease. He's like
He
sliding on the top.
resists. He resists.
Mara.
Okay. Alright, so let's go for the, he's still prone?
Yep.
Sweet.
There's a Tengu right there too. But
Yeah, you could get sneak attack on anything in the room.
Yeah. So I think I want to go for the big guy.
the big guy.
The green fatty who's prone.
Don't. Yeah, she can't go in the.
Yeah, that's
So he's
okay.
got cover again from there.
But you got
But
advantage.
she has advantage.
I should need to roll it.
Advantage.
Of course.
18.
With his cover, that's not quite enough. So he kind of ducks, he like scrabbles his way behind the statue.
Offhand.
Advantage.
No,
Natural
natural 20. So I get 2.
So you get to double the dice damage, but you don't get to add the bonus.
Yeah.
To it.
But you do
But you
double
do
your
get to
sneak
double
attack.
the sneak
Yeah.
attack.
Can I
So
do
that's.
my
Oh jeez.
Your
Yeah.
sneak attack, yeah.
Can I do my rapier
Yeah, sure.
on the offhand, or does it have to be the daggers?
Oh, right. With offhand, you can't use the rapier. It's got to be a
Yeah.
Dagger.
because
Okay.
it's not a light
Also,
weapon.
wait.
So it's a
okay,
D4.
D4.
Plus 18d6.
Yeah.
2d4 plus 18d6.
No, a D4 and a d6 plus her 8d6 of sneak attack is what it normally is
Oh, you're
for her
So
dagger.
9.
So it's 18 d6 and a d4.
And
Two
then
D4.
D4.
And
Well,
2d4.
Two
Out of
d4.
the way.
2d4.
2d4.
Because that's
Yeah.
also doubled.
2.
He might
And
be
three,
dead.
that's
We'll
5.
find
So
out.
5 plus
5.
a lot.
A lot.
There's 20. And that's another 10, and that's a 5. So 35 there.
35
Okay.
plus.
And again.
Is he dead yet?
That's
We'll
40
find out.
damage so far.
Ooh.
I
That
see
one's
2 1s, but I also see 3 6s.
Roll that one.
18. Okay, so that's 20. 26, 31, 37 plus.
No,
No,
I don't
no
get it,
plus.
I don't get it.
So that's
47.
77.
He croaks.
Frog-tastic.
Another trophy for Mara.
Trophy.
Jeez.
Um,
Mara's racking
You
them
can
up.
tell that as you stab into it, he's resistant to the electric damage, but it doesn't matter because you stab so deep, and he just lets out his last croak as he dies. I think that's it for Mara. Unless
Yeah, unless you want to move somewhere.
Totally awesome.
You want to move somewhere, or are you good there?
Where are you? Okay. I want to.
Kay's over in the other side of the room.
I'm okay staying by dad.
Okay.
Because I got his full.
Okay.
It's a good place to be.
Then this guy, just gonna keep same old move. Keep trying.
Leave me alone.
Punch, punch, punch.
No.
Natural 20,
Oh.
No.
22, and 23.
It's not even worth shielding any of those. Fuck.
I feel like this concentration's go down.
It might.
Maybe.
We'll see.
for
Give me the damage individually because I need to know for
Right.
the 3 concentration.
The natural 20 then, first up, is 12 points of bludgeoning damage.
So
Oh, that's not bad.
that'll be a
10.
So 12 points. Yep, that's a 10 on die, so that passes.
Okay, and then why don't you make a strength saving throw?
That's an 11.
Okay, so Harmony falls prone.
Cool.
So the next one would have been an advantage. So those next 2, which were hits, will just count as 1.
Okay.
So then that one's damage is minimum for 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay, that's a 14 for my con save or my concentration, so
Okay.
banishment's still up.
But you need to make another con save against stun.
That's really good. That's 25.
Passes. So then the last attack, instead of what it was before, is a 20. So still a hit, but not a crit.
Well, the first one was the crit, right?
Right, but once the first one knocked you prone.
He was rolling for advantage.
Yeah, I
for
know,
that.
I know.
Anyways, the last damage roll is 11. Bludgeoning damage.
So still a DC 10.
And another con save against stun.
Okay, let me concentration check first.
No.
Ah, I missed! Oh, but that's a 15 on die, so that's fine.
Okay.
And then I'm making a, I missed the bowl. It's stuck in my hand. And then I'm making a concentration, or what kind of?
A save against stun for Constitution.
Well, I'm already stunned though.
You're prone.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I saved against the stun. Okay, so this is another. Okay, that's not good.
No, it's not.
No, it's a 10.
The marble makes it.
Oh, that's a
better.
10?
Sorry.
Then Harmony is stunned.
Crap.
Wait, Taiko Chaos.
Okay.
Oh, oh.
This doesn't really matter right
It doesn't
now.
matter right now anyway.
Oh well.
No better?
I rolled a 1.
Yep, Harmony's stunned.
I'm stunned.
So you
Wah, wah.
I think you lose concentration then, right?
No, she doesn't.
No, I know.
But you're incapacitated.
It doesn't.
No, it's not unconscious though.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's fine.
I only lose concentration if I go unconscious.
Then it's Gracelod's turn. And oh boy, Is he gonna do
Mara,
something
you should have
fun?
gone after the Tengus, but I was trying
He's
to tell you
gonna-
your turn. But I'm trying not to tell you how to play how to live your life anymore.
He's gonna cast a spell.
That's not the new guy.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Sorry, what's he doing?
Casting a spell.
Well, I
The
can't
gray
fucking
one?
do anything about it. I'm
The gray
stunned.
one, yep.
Okay. I don't think I can do anything about it.
I don't even have counter.
Then the entire room erupts with fire as he casts Fireball.
Cool.
So everyone in this room, including him, needs to make a dex save.
So if I'm stunned, I automatically fail, but I'm gonna take half damage anyway because
Exactly.
it's fire.
So my Sparkle doesn't need to make this sit, right?
No, she's well. and
Everyone in
truly
the
out.
room?
Everybody in the
Who
room.
cast that?
Grace
Grace.
Grace Lod.
Fuck.
I didn't intend to have this many people have Fireball in this fight.
Yeah, this is a lot. A lot of fireballs going off.
He fails his own save though, so that's great. That's great.
I got a 16.
Okay, that's a
I'm gonna
pass.
make it dead.
Mara, you get a +5 for this.
Yako gets a.
Nat 20.
So no
Well,
damage
pass.
tomorrow.
Yep, for no
You get a
damage.
30 on that save.
No damage.
That's amazing.
At least a
15?
Probably way more.
15 does pass.
Thaddeus got a 12.
Okay, so Thaddeus fails. He's the only one. And Harmony, of course, but
And me, but I still.
so 9 plus 12, that's 21.
Oh my
Shit.
gosh. The AoEs.
Wow, high damage for this fireball. Wow, okay, so the full damage for anyone who takes full is 40 points of fire damage.
Wow, that's a lot.
I rolled really high.
So half damage is 20.
Half damage is 20.
So I
Mara,
roll
you
above
take
a
9.
20 for my.
No, it's 10 still. Right? It's
Uh,
half the damage. Yeah.
He failed his own save, so
For
he
the
takes.
concentration, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
He takes
I'm looking pretty
the
rough
full,
now,
but
guys.
it's half.
So I just have to roll above a 10 still.
Yes. Correct. Come on, you do it. No! No! The last one.
You fucking jinxed me.
What is it?
It's one less than what I needed. So the two brain
Can you
things
bend
are
luck?
back.
Can you bend luck that?
Oh wait, no. I don't. I'm stunned, so I don't get reactions,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Right.
Man.
So I can't.
Oh, man.
So the brains are back. Banishment is over.
It's incredible.
All in this tiny room.
I think they were like,
I don't like this.
It was
Weird.
basically right where that Grace Lottie is.
is it Grace Lottie still alive?
He's still alive, yeah.
Okay, so-
He seems to be resistant to fire.
So he and this Grell are like in the same space, basically.
Yeah, but then he's gonna, push him out of the space, I guess.
Okay.
One, and then he's gonna save to see if he falls prone. He doesn't. He stays up.
Okay. Wait, do the Grells have to make saving throws now? Because they're just
they
appeared.
They float.
Oh, they
so
float?
they're safe.
Oh, okay.
It'd be funny if they appeared.
Yeah, that'd be great. Then it is Hunter's turn.
Fuck me.
Okay. Well,
I didn't expect this fight to go this long.
ridiculous. Okay, I'm going to attack the Tengu.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna sweep the Tengu, and
Thank
then
you. Because this thing has it out for me for some
apparently
reason. I don't know why. I haven't done anything to it.
tell its friends.
It has a shared consciousness with the other brains and knew that if it punched you, they would come back.
That's a 18 to hit.
Oh, with those two vanished ones.
18 to hit.
18 hits. Which one are you aiming for?
The Tengu.
Just hits. Yeah.
Okay, and you said he's pretty rough, right?
Yeah, he's 3/4 rough.
3/4 rough.
Oh wait, he needed to make a save against the fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, then I'm not gonna do this. Then.
Yeah. Wait.
He passes, but it still takes 20. Where is he? Yeah, he's dead and he's a brain.
Yes.
Oh,
but
oh,
he's
then
a brain.
okay.
But you can still attack the brain.
All right, I'll still attack.
Whose trophy is this?
Is it
Mine.
Slotty's?
Yes, trophy. Do I want to attack the brain, or do I want to hit
Yes, you want to attack
other
the brain.
guys?
You want to attack the
But
brain.
which,
I will attack the brain. Okay, so
which
18 to
brain
hit the
though?
brain.
They're all
The
bad.
one, well,
The
this
one
one,
that's
right?
next to your stun.
Yeah.
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 18 to hit the brain then.
Please don't eat mine.
Yes, so there's 2 floating brains and there's one
Wait,
of
the-
does
them.
my stun wear off if he's dead?
It's at the end of his turn.
Yeah, but he's dead.
It doesn't matter about
Yeah.
his life force.
It's where he was in the initiative.
Yeah.
then?
So
Okay.
you're still stunned for the moment.
Okay,
So
so the new one, the new thing that just spawned.
right, this one is one of those that's on the ground with the 4 monstrous
Yes.
legs. It's not floating. And then the other 2 are floating brains.
So 18 to hit that guy.
The one on the ground
Yeah, the very nicely defined leg.
hits.
One.
Yep.
Okay.
Mhm.
And it's a trip attack. So
Okay.
you have to make a DC 19 strength saving throw.
People like falling over all over the place.
Fails.
Okay, so now he's prone. I'm going to do advantage attacks against him. And that's a 18 on die. That's 30 to hit.
Okay.
And 21.
Yep.
Okay, so now I'm gonna do some damage. Plus 1, so it's 21, that's 31, 41, 43, 47. That's it, 47.
He falls into evenly sliced pieces.
Evenly sliced pieces.
Now
You
grab
can
that.
take them and claim him as a trophy
I will. And I'm gonna do coordinated attack with Byakko. So he's gonna do an attack
against the floating brain.
against the floating one. That's a natural 1. He's not gonna do an attack. He's gonna miss. I'm gonna do action surge, and I'm gonna do 3 more attacks
Okay.
against the.
The floating brain. That's
So I want
right
to hit him or the slotty.
The other guy's out of your reach at the moment.
I can move.
It's true.
You
I'll
have
just-
to maneuver around the statue.
Yeah, I'll just stay here.
Get rid of
And I'll attack the
brain.
floaty guy. Can I still trip him? I guess so, right? So
I
that's
have at
a
this point lost track of which one it was that had been hurt, so I'm going to say it's the one next to you.
22 to hit.
Hits.
Trip
Yes,
attack.
so.
So he's to do another.
You might not need to use it. Just roll some damage.
Oh, he's dead.
He might be.
Okay. For the first attack.
Yep.
Okay. That's a 7.
That's the one that
14.
Yes, he is dead.
Okay. Then I'm gonna step forward and attack the slotty.
with your next 2 attacks.
The last one attack, I think, right?
2 attacks.
Oh, 2 more. Okay.
Yeah.
Also, I'm sorry to say this, but you also need to roll a saving throw.
Slide.
Unless I back up.
Grace.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, no, it's
Well,
when
it's
you
when you
enter.
enter it on your
Oh,
turn.
so right now?
Yeah,
Here we go. I think I passed.
Yes.
yeah.
Wait, did I pass? Am I within 10? Oh, barely about 18 without Athanis' aura. Okay.
Are you,
Okay.
are you within it?
Yeah.
I'm within 10.
It's just barely.
You would have fallen.
Oh.
But then have your movement to stand up. That's not a big deal.
Oh, I guess so. Okay.
Yeah.
That would have been really embarrassing
Because
though.
it's still your turn.
Is a 27 to hit.
Hits.
Okay, so 2 hits. The other one's 29, and then I will do 2 hits of damage. That is 13 plus 14, so that's 27 damage.
Okay.
And that's it.
Okay.
I
The Grey Slot does not seem happy about that in the slightest, but then it is Thaddeus' turn, so he doesn't get it to do anything about it.
Okay. Thaddeus steps forward, will no doubt fall on his ass
know. Into the grease pile.
because he has a terrible deck save. Oh, but he rolled really good. 23.
Okay. So he stays up.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna attack the slot. Let's see. It's a 17 hit.
What?
A 17
Oh, you're
does
trophies?
not quite.
Okay. So second attack on the slot.
My instinct is just to say yep every time.
I rolled a 1. I'm
So
still
that's
standing, but both my attacks whiffed.
2 misses. Okay.
I think the grease was getting to me.
He
Okay.
doesn't
Okay.
have those
Okay.
fancy
I'm here.
boots. I know.
And then
Actually, with that bonus action, oh, you're not in my aura anymore.
Nope.
Wait, but I don't need. Yeah, I'm just gonna give Harmony my shield.
Okay.
So take 3 AC.
then it is Harmony's turn.
And I'm stunned.
Yep.
And prone.
So you just lay there, but you have a bonus shield too, as Thaddeus'
I'm just
moonlight
watching
aura
like, oh
stands
fuck.
over you.
Everything that's going wrong is my fault.
There's 1 Grell left, so that's great. He is going to grapple at
Oh, but
Byakko.
the brain's dead. Wait, when would the brain have gone?
Last on Hunter's turn.
The,
Wait, what do you
the
mean?
Tengu that
Oh, he's
stunned
still in
me.
initiative. Don't worry.
Oh, okay.
I still got him in there for that purpose.
Okay, okay.
So, what do I need to do?
The 1 Grell that's left is going to make a tentacle attack against Byakko.
Okay.
19.
Hits.
You need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. That is a really high. It's 25.
Plus 5.
30.
Okay. You take 6 piercing damage from the tentacles, the barbed tentacles, as they pierce in, and you're grappled and restrained by it, but not poisoned, which is excellent.
Okay.
And then it's going to try and take a beak attack, take a bite. At advantage,
Yes.
you only roll a 13.
Miss.
So it's got Byakko wrapped up
Oh,
in
no.
its tentacles, but it doesn't manage to bite into him any further, so that's good.
Great.
Byakko's turn.
He will, I guess, just bite back.
At disadvantage because
Yes.
he's restrained.
Okay. That is not good. That is a 12.
That is just what he needed.
Oh.
Really? Wow. Okay.
These brains are kind of squishy.
All right. I mean, that's a 6.
Okay. It
It's like your face when you said that.
I was hoping you'd like that.
Alright.
It kind of like clicks its beak angrily, but still healthy and happy.
Okay.
You didn't say squeaky, you said squishy.
Mara, it's your turn.
Okay. So I'm gonna attack that great thing, I guess.
With your daggers or melee?
This guy?
Yeah, you might have trouble getting over there, but you could stand on the other side of it and throw your daggers at it.
Yeah. I'll move a little bit. Move
Then
a little bit to go to daggers.
sounds good. Dagger, dagger.
Dagger, dagger,
He's
dagger.
not prone, so I'll get
Not
disadvantage.
Oh,
That's
Oh.
not gonna do it.
11.
11 doesn't quite do it. Nope.
Offhand?
Yeah.
Okay,
Way
that's better. 27.
Hits.
sneak attack.
So which dagger is this? Fujin or
Wait, why did she
Raijin?
stick it at?
Because he's in melee. with
Oh, right.
Bullfrogs.
So I'm gonna do the
There's so many.
Yeah.
Attacks.
What's in your main hand and what's in your offhand? Is it Fujin in your main hand and Raijin
I've
in
been
your offhand?
using the wind first.
Okay, so
So it
wind
comes back
goes
to me.
clattering to the ground, and then the lightning one strikes him.
Because the wind one automatically comes back.
Right. So this is the lightning one because it was in your offhand.
Oops, sorry.
Those are pretty good.
Jesus. How many 5s and 6s
Mara is-
are there?
Racking them up.
Yahtzee.
Eviscerating everyone.
I know.
Okay. So 10.
This is why rogues only get 1 attack per turn.
I didn't use that yet, right? 30. And that is 42. That's all I get. 42.
That's all you get.
That's
All
all.
I did is 42.
Oh
Okay.
my.
That pierces into his chest, and you can see that he lets blood bubbles in its mouth. And it's just dark blue blood.
Blood.
And he does not look happy, but he is still alive. Then
One more
it would be the monk's turn, so you're now unstunned.
I'm unstunned. Okay.
Great.
And then it is the Slod's turn, and he's not doing well. So he turns his supernaturally cunning-looking gaze towards Harmony.
Uh-oh.
And your eyes kind of, as you're lying there on the ground, meet his yellow, evil-looking gaze. And you hear in your mind this just burbly, croaky voice, and he says, "We're coming for that rock around your neck. If I die here, hordes will follow." And then he goes to attack whatever is next to him, which
3
is...
people. No, 2 people.
3 people.
He's gonna go
yeah,
for
2
Hunter.
people.
He'll go for Hunter with all
The growl.
Yeah. I mean, who knows? He's not on the Grell side.
He's not, actually. He will make 1 attack against each target he's got. Here comes Hunter's.
Okay.
20.
Hits.
McGrell, with the other greatsword attack, is a hit. And Thaddeus with the bite. 19 plus 7, so 26.
Yeah,
Alright.
that'll hit.
So hit, hit, hit.
He's just really upset.
Hunter, here's your damage.
Okay.
13.
Ouch.
Grell, here's your damage. 12.
Ouch.
18. And then Thaddeus, here's your damage for the bite, which is 1d6. Wow. Minimum damage. 4.
Okay.
And then that is the end of his turn. Hunter.
Yes. My turn? Okay. I will do 3 attacks against the slot.
Oh, get some hit points
Ooh, those were really bad. Okay, so, wow.
Oh, I have to see if he falls down. Hold on. He stays up.
Dang it, that would really help right now. Does 14 hit?
He just stays up. He rolled a 19 even. So
14?
Harmony, you could knock him prone if you want to type
That's
him
what
in,
this is.
then luck or something.
14?
14 does not, no.
20?
Yes.
Okay, so the 20 and the 22 hit. Okay, so 2 hits. And that is, oh nice,
Very good damage.
18 plus 14, so that's 32. 32 damage, and Byaka is going to make attack against the Grell.
Doesn't have to because he croaks.
Well,
against
against
the
the
Grell.
Grell.
Oh, against the Grell. Sure.
And Byako's
I forgot there was a
24.
Grell with him.
Yeah.
Or
24.
he's restrained, so that's a disadvantage. Sorry. That's a 18 to hit,
Still hits.
and that is 9 damage against the Grell.
Okay.
So croaks.
He's hanging in there.
Oh, you get your trophy.
He's like
Ooh,
floating.
I do get a trophy.
Frog trophy.
Sure. Was that Hunter's turn?
Yes.
Then it's Thaddeus.
All right. Thaddeus is one target.
You got to make a save to see. Well, no, it's at the end of your turn.
Yeah, I think that's my turn.
Actually, I want to move here after
2 attacks.
Jaggeries.
These will both hit, I think, at 21.
Yes.
Okay.
And no resistances here to
Nice.
hamper your damage.
22 cold and 7 radiant.
For a total of 29, which puts it at 1 point over what you needed. That Grell dies.
Thaddeus
Great.
finally gets a trophy.
I didn't get any
Yeah.
trophies.
Well, you didn't use any smites though, right? So
No.
that's good.
I didn't get any trophies.
Let's see.
You should have gotten half of that trophy.
I should have 4 trophies.
Yeah, that's
But
right.
they're not dead.
That's
They're still
That's
alive. They're still alive. They're just.
and the room is quiet. Hunter,
God.
with your passive perception and Byako's
Yes.
perception as well, the two of you can hear that there is some like motion coming from above you, and it draws your attention upward. And
Okay.
you can see that there is, in the roof above you, 30 feet above, a like 10-foot square hole in
In
the
the
roof,
ceiling?
going straight up to another floor above. And you can see that this hole actually continues upward out of sight,
Wow. Okay.
probably beyond the next room. But there's no stairways or anything like that in this room. There's just that hole upward.
Okay.
I think Thaddeus is going to go help Harmony up and treat both himself and Harmony to some battle hands. So
Please.
take 40. I'll take 40 for myself.
Thank you. I was down to 25 hit points.
Oh man, I was hurting a lot too, actually.
Were you really?
Yeah, I would have had less than half, so 62.
Sorry, I used
That's
all
how
my.
much I
No,
have
no, I
now.
know. You only give me half, so it's okay.
Whew. Oh, I'm gonna. Is my amulet still acting weird?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna just sit cross-legged in the corner and say, "I need a minute, you guys," and just try to reattune to it.
There's
Okay.
no like exits to this room other than the one we came in and the one up.
Right.
Okay.
So Harmony, it will take you half an hour if you want to like sit and try and reattune to it. And you have to like hold the amulet to your chest to like keep it from
I'd be
floating.
like, "I'm not gonna be much help unless I can take care of this, you
So
guys.
we
I'm sorry."
take a short rest then.
We may need to try.
Okay. So we
Is
can
there
take a
is
short
there
rest.
is there any way we can block up this this hole above us?
Is
We
the
have carpenter's tools.
iron
like
door
we
or metal door that Hunter destroyed big enough to cover the hole in the ceiling?
It would be if it were pieced back together.
So can I use telekinesis to piece it back together and shove it up in the hole?
Yeah,
I feel
you
like we
can.
need like mending or something for that.
When
Well, I mean, I can like force it together. You know, like
If you
fold-
rub it fast enough, you'll weld it together.
and just firebolt it.
it won't completely cover the hole if you like have to bend it and stuff. Like it would have to be pieced back together as it was to cover the
Don't
hole.
I have like power tools
I
from
don't have
Thimblefoot?
mending.
You have like drills and things.
Can I like fasten it together?
It would probably take you a short rest.
Oh, I want to do that then now. That's the whole point of getting a short rest. Okay. Rivet gun.
That's all I got. Is that idea
I don't need to roll for it.
of using that metal door to cover it. But I need to sit and focus on this necklace, or we might get more visitors soon.
I'll keep an eye on the hole.
Okay.
The whole situation.
Then Thaddeus, why don't you roll a perception check as you're watching the hole during
So-
the short rest?
We're taking a short rest. You can just spend some hit dice.
Actually, give me 1 second
I'm
here.
okay. I can roll 1 or 2, I guess.
Might as well, right?
Yeah,
We have 16 now.
yeah, 16.
I'm assuming if I'm focusing on the amulet, then I can't use hit dice. Or
I mean, you can attune to something as part of a short rest, so I think you still can.
So what I'm gonna do actually is I'm gonna get on Moonlight Sparkle again.
Uh-huh.
We're gonna cast invisibility on
On
ourselves
both of you.
and go up
And go all the way up.
and like patrol at the top of the
Okay.
the hole.
When you cast invisibility, roll a
Yeah.
d20 to see if wild magic goes off.
It's on D10, right?
No.
If it's from your thing, yes, but because of the amulet. So we're gonna do a d10 and a
Oh,
d20.
both. Okay.
Because the amulet is still
Oh, right.
projecting wild
Right,
magic
right.
around the room.
Oh boy.
Right. Well, that's a 10 on the D20
Okay, so no wild magic there.
and a 10 on the D10.
D10.
So from the scarf, nothing either.
Okay.
Everything goes as planned.
Awesome.
So you fly up into the next room, which is a much larger area. The tower rooms aren't like perfectly square. They have this kind of slope going upwards, so they get wider as they get taller. And as you go up into the next room, you see that it is the floors here of this. The walls are of stone, just like the level below, but the floors here are covered with this like straw mat type thing. And there are holes for windows all around this room, which is actually now 50 by 50 feet instead of 30 by 30 of the floor below. But all of the windows of this room are also boarded up with steel plates. And what you can see on the floor of this room are cots and like makeshift beds that have been arrayed out here. And there are, let me see how many, 13 of them. And from here, why don't you make a perception check?
Oh, sorry. I was gonna roll
Oh,
the dice.
God.
So,
4.
hit
Oh,
dice.
yeah. Nice.
With that, you hear coming from up above you.
Mhm.
You look up and you see there's another hole in the ceiling up 50 feet above. And from that direction, you can hear the sounds of machinery. But that's about it. It's drowning out all other sounds that might be up there.
So I'm just gonna like, Moonlight Sparkle and I are just gonna park ourselves here and patrol and like try and make sure nobody gets the drop-ons.
Okay. Then why don't you, for your patrolling, make one more perception check.
Oh wait, that's way better. That's an 18.
18, okay. During the course of the short rest, maybe like 10 minutes into it, you see a face, like just like eyes and eyebrows and like wispy hair pop over the lip of the floor and like look down and like survey the area and then pop back.
Is it anyone I recognize?
No.
Okay.
No one you recognize. And then the group of you downstairs, what are you guys doing? Just resting?
I am, yeah.
I'm attuning.
Attuning?
Yeah.
Then I need. Who shall we do first?
Can I look around on the cots to see if there's anything?
Well, that's
No,
on the
that was
floor above.
upstairs.
Cuts through on my level.
Thaddeus went to the
I
floor.
thought he flew up.
He did.
Flew up.
By
As
himself.
part of the-
We're still on the first floor.
Hey, Ethan.
Yep.
As part of the short rest, can I also kind of inspect the Tengu?
Sure. What are you looking for?
First I wanted to know like how this creature got inside of it. I guess I want to know. I want to understand.
Roll then an Arcana check.
Okay. Or like, yeah, that's not bad. Let's say 16.
Okay. You have to kind of like do a little bit of like piecing the bits back together.
Yeah.
But
Because it exploded.
from what you can tell, it was like its head was seamlessly formed, so it wasn't like an incision or anything like that. So there must have been some magic at play, but you're not necessarily sure what magic could put this thing inside another creature's head.
Okay.
Okay. And then I need Hunter to make a insight check during your long rest.
That is a 24.
Okay, you get what you were looking for. You feel. Remember, there was that like connection at the back of your brain. There was something that was kind of latched there but not really doing anything.
Mhm.
You become aware during the short rest that it is like slowly probing through like your memories and thoughts and trying to find an angle to deceive you, and it begins to like try and disseminate this idea that you have accidentally led your party to the wrong location. This isn't where you want to be.
Can I like try and
With the insight, you're able to see through that lie that it's
Okay.
trying to convince you of.
so at that point is it not affecting me anymore, or do I have to actually
no,
forcefully
you have
try
to try and force it out.
and okay. Can I
Which,
try that?
Since you've just rolled a success against it, you can.
Okay.
Try again
What do I
to
roll?
that. A d20. It's a
Charisma saving throw.
charisma saving throw. Yes.
Okay. 3.
You still feel it latched firmly in there, and you your nose bleeds a little bit, but it
I
doesn't
will.
seem. After you see through its like this attempt to deceive your mind,
Yeah.
it retreats again and stops trying to pull
Okay.
at your.
I'm gonna let everybody here know. I don't know if you guys are aware, but something is probing at me at least in my head. So be cautious about that. I can't get rid of it.
Then Thaddeus, would you make an insight check?
That's in the spell. That's pretty good.
Yeah, 18.
You begin to feel something that you can't explain because you haven't felt it in a long time, which is your body begins to experience fear, like you begin to shake a little bit. And you are of the understanding that your goddess should protect you completely from fear.
Mhm.
But you are feeling it now. Like, after seeing the creature up there and what you face down below, you're afraid. I mean, you're not the frightened condition,
Yeah.
but
But yeah,
because you're immune to
this
that,
is
but
weird.
you are feeling fear. Like,
Okay.
it is scary to be here.
Okay.
And Harmony, make an insight check.
My insight is not great, guys.
Yeah, mine is only +2.
17?
You needed a little bit higher.
Hey, can I bend luck on myself? On this?
Yeah, it's kind of like a subconscious thing. Sure.
Yeah. Four.
Okay,
So
so that gets
21.
you to 21, which is a success.
Yes.
So like Hunter, you feel this thing like prying through, like as if it were like ticking through a file cabinet, like going through your memories and trying to find like what makes you tick and things like that. And it finally settles on something, and it wants to try and convince you of it. And you begin to feel like this feeling propagated by this presence in the back of your brain. You're aware of this happening. It is trying to convince you that at this very moment, your tribe is in danger and needs you elsewhere. But you see through those lies and resist the effect.
You can make it Christmas.
Yeah,
And
can I
then you
make
can
it?
try and force it out if you want.
I don't get Fatty's bonus though,
No.
because he fucked up.
Still get a good bonus.
Better than mine.
I'm so scared, you guys. 17.
Let me pull up what you need here.
I think it's more than that.
It was pretty high when I remember last time.
I mean, I could try to bend luck again.
It is not a success.
Could.
Would it make a difference?
As I recall, last time I already did 19.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and bend luck again, just to see if it helps.
Oh shoot, I just noticed something.
These two. Green one.
That's not like
This
that.
is green.
The green one.
I only
Green guy.
rolled a 1.
No,
So 18?
Yeah.
Yeah, it remains firmly latched there.
Fucking ball sacks.
But again, like
Gross.
Hunter, after you've noticed its attempt at deception, it pulls back and like quits rifling through your brain for the moment.
Jerk face.
Then your short rest completes. When
Okay.
you are reattuned to your amulet, Harmony,
I guess I don't have your shield anymore.
no, you don't.
And yes, I'm reattuned to my amulet.
it feels as if it is brimming with power again. Like after that brief discharge and connection to some other plane, it feels refilled with power, and your spell save DC increases by another 1. And you
Nice.
gain the ability with 8 charges, I believe is what I decided. Hold on, let me find it. Yes. How many charges does it have total?
I thought it had. Wait, hold on. Where does it say? 10 charges.
Okay, then yeah, I think 8 is right. With 8 charges, you can cast the Disintegrate spell.
Dang.
But then the short rest comes to a close, and the group of you are down here, while Thaddeus disappeared up above.
Do I get another plus to my attack as well?
Mhm,
My skill attack?
yeah.
Okay. So it's a +2 focus now.
Wow.
Nice. Just in time.
Not that it's gonna help us at all in the spirit realm.
Oh yeah, that's true.
It's not gonna make a fucking difference.
I feel like we're not going to be fighting core in the spirit realm.
I hope not.
Don't look at me.
Are we gonna fight in this spirit room? Just kidding. Okay, so did you come back down?
I think if someone called for me, I would.
Okay. I would message you because I don't see you.
Yeah, and I'm eager to get back down there
Yeah,
with my
okay.
friends.
Say Thaddeus, I think we're about ready to come to begin.
Oh, thank goodness.
You look
I got-
weird.
He's invisible.
That's right. I think it lasts for an hour. So
Yeah.
I think I know. Yeah, I know
Well,
to go
it's
back
only
down.
a 30
when,
minute rest though.
Yeah, so he does have an hour left, right?
Okay.
So
We've
yeah,
for
you
this
say you look
campaign,
weird. I'm
we've
like,
said
where?
that short
Never
rest is
mind.
half an hour. So-
I wouldn't say that, but
Yeah, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Yeah. It's. I
You
don't
sound
know.
weird.
When he comes back down, do we hear an invisible thing trip and fall on the grease?
He's
No.
Okay.
footsteps in the grease.
The grease has gone back to the elemental plane of grease.
Okay.
It's not even there.
Oh, the plane of grease. What a terrible place. Throw like a match in there. Oh, with the plane of fire.
I would just say to him, I didn't like being alone up there. There
Did you see
there was
something?
Yeah, what was up there?
Some. Do I think it was a human or a gnome?
What was your perception check? Like
It
a
was like an 18.
18?
Yeah.
You would have thought, based on the size of the head, it was either a halfling or a gnome.
Okay. I saw a gnome. I think it might have been one of Core's inventions.
Gnomes don't seem very particularly frightening.
You didn't see this one.
No. Sorry.
Oh god.
Okay.
Sorry,
well,
Thaddeus.
you're gonna have to like pull yourself together because like we gotta get through this.
All right, I just don't want to be alone up there.
Okay. Well, we'll be with you.
Okay.
So do we have to go up? Should we go check out the other room on the other side first?
So there was a staircase here, right? Or not? Or did you
No,
change it?
I described it before I planned this area
Yeah.
Oh, sure, okay.
in the first one, so there's actually no staircase. Because I realized it was inhabited by bird people who don't need stairs.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, sure. Okay, yeah.
Well, we can get up the same way we got up before.
Hey, Mara, do you sell that fire breathing potion?
Did I use it?
Can I have it if you have it?
Are you that low? on fuel?
Yeah, I think I'd use all of it.
Yes,
Pick
I
it up
do
here.
have it.
May I have it, please?
I suppose
Use it?
it'll cost you later.
That's fine. We are filthy rich, so.
I don't know. I don't think that's the cost she's talking about.
Well, that's fine. Okay, can I just use it?
Yeah, you take a minute to
Refill.
pour it into the canisters of your
Who's
brew.
riding with me?
I guess Mara.
And I don't
Okay.
know if we've established how much you get per.
We have not.
So I'm gonna say you get like half
Okay.
an hour, 30 minutes.
Sure.
Flight
I have to.
time?
Yeah, I have to do the calculation, but that's fine. It's in my backpack. I'll do it later. I'll write down half an hour.
What do you look so
I'm experiencing a deja vu with these two again.
like we've had this conversation before.
We'll put this down. Okay. No feet slot? Okay.
Anyway, so we'll go up the same way we've been going up.
Which is Mara and okay, yeah.
I climb
you
up on
and
Hunter's shoulders.
And Byako.
Oh,
Yeah,
poor
yeah.
kitty.
And I'm feeling that shoulder going, there, be okay.
Did you say 30 minutes?
I got
Is that what you
you.
want to give me? Okay.
Just don't get off.
I'm here.
So you make it up to the second floor and you see what Thaddeus saw. About 13 to 14 cots.
The world's most terrifying cots. Look on them and tremble.
All of them look slept in. And then a hole above.
You hear like there's like shaking from fear.
It's like every shadow.
Okay.
Monster under your bed.
I take Pinky out and I put it on his shoulder.
It's terrifying. There's this rat with an open brain.
Ah,
He kind of looks at you.
brains! Ah!
As you swat at it, you feel it say like, "Hunger, hunger, stop! Now, stop swatting!" She's like, "Eat your
Alright.
brain."
Pinky, put it back.
Oh, I'm sorry, that was really funny.
And then I'll just mention that I just remember. I don't know if you felt this, but there's like a prying at some of our heads. I think maybe that's what's affecting you so deeply.
That doesn't make
No,
sense.
I don't think so. It's nothing can make me afraid, but something here is doing it.
I'm saying that's what it is.
I don't think so.
Just think on it, Thaddeus.
I just pat Hunter's head. You tried.
Whatever it is.
My
it must be
charisma's so low, I
powerful.
can't get through him.
I have trouble getting through to him, and I got higher charisma.
I have nothing here. Full block is just nothing.
Alright, so we go up.
Okay.
You go up one more?
Yeah, let's go up one more.
Okay.
There's nothing here, right?
Who's going up? Yeah, not in this room. It just seems to be these cots around the floor. And then
I'll go up first to kind of.
Yeah,
make
definitely
him feel
Thaddeus is
better.
not going up first.
Yeah, I'm going
so
first.
Mara's not
So
going
Hunter and
first.
Harmony.
Yeah, so
I know it's not a very stealthy approach, but
I mean, I don't know if there's a way we could stop that.
We're following at
Is
a
it-
distance
so-
so as not to get burned by the jet boots.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. What's the like distance between the floors? Like,
First floor it was 30 feet. This floor it's 50 feet.
oh,
okay, so there's no way to like
No.
do anything but fly. Okay.
And you ascend up into a room because, like I mentioned, the tower doesn't go straight up. It's not a square. It's like a angled wall.
Mhm.
So the rooms get wider as you get higher.
Oh, interesting.
You come up into a room that is then 70 feet by 70 feet by 70 feet. And it is filled with machinery and workbenches and
Feel at home.
desks. And there are metal parts everywhere flowing around these mechanical conveyor belts and then being picked up by what you can now see to be several gnomes that are taking parts, bringing them over to workbenches, and then working on them. And you can see, let me see if there's anything else in this room of significance. There are electric lights on various levels of this room. There's like several levels of factory built here to fill this like 70-foot space. And there's electric lights illuminating it. And you can see that they are assembling Warforged, but also based on the like mechanical parts that you can see on various belts and tables, very clearly Warforged mind flayers, like the heads, that parts that you can see all have those like mechanical tentacles to them.
do any of them have the Thimblefoot Enterprises logo on them?
No, but that's what I'm getting to next. Is sort of in the middle of the room and off to the side, so not directly above the hole you just flew up, but sort of looking directly at the hole you just flew up, is a raised podium with a desk, and sat at the desk is a single wiry-haired looking gnome. Let's see a description of him here. He's got
wiriest
white
hair.
hair. He's balding in places, and he has a toothpick that he is picking his teeth with as he pores over a ledger.
The sharpest.
When he sees you ascend into the room, and all of you would recognize the face of Pilzit Thimblefoot as he sees you come into the room and goes, "Ah!
It's
I guess there were still intruders here!" And
It's
like all
especially
of,
weird because Mara is just floating up in the thermal and nothing.
all of the other gnomes in the room let out shrieks and drop what they're doing and turn around to look at you. And that's where we're going to end today's episode.
So Pilzip was the older brother or the younger brother?
Younger brother of Zilpip.
Zilpip was the older brother that was okay.
Zilpip
we
was
met Zilpip
I
at the
feel
ball.
like we met
We
both
met
of
both
them.
of them at your house.
Yeah,
It's
that's
the
right.
other way around. You met Pilzip at Thaddeus's house
Yeah.
for dinner.
Right.
Oh, that's
You
right.
met
Yeah.
Zilpip and Pilzip at the
At
ball.
the ball.
Zilpip is the
'Cause I danced
inventor
with him and I
and
took his
like
phone.
the main brains behind Thimblefoot Enterprises. And
Pilzip's a
Pilzip was
wannabe.
the jealous younger brother who was responsible for finances.
Right. Okay.
And you guys suspected a long time ago that Pilzip was in league with the eyes in the hands of the world, and now I suppose you have your company.
Now we have her.
So that's where we'll end tonight's episode.
Cool.
Thank you to anyone who tuned in to watch. That comment went on much longer than I expected it to. But that's okay, it was fun.
Are we just having a conversation about how wild magic is impossible to plan for?
Yep. And that's what makes it great. So thank you. I hope you enjoyed. We'll be back Monday, 7 p.m. Pacific time next week for more of this. There's lots of good stuff still coming up in this monastery. So stay tuned and we'll see you then. Bye.
Bye.